everybody. I am Vanshika Singh from class 12th and today I am present here to explain the topic pollination and the modes of pollination. So let's just see first what is pollination. We know a flower contains two parts, a male part and a female part, and they both have their own gametes. The male part has pollen grains. It is called as androecium, and the female part contains ovum or ova is called as gynoecium. So let's just see what happens in pollination. We know the both gametes are non-motile, which means they can't physically move to one place to another. They need an agent. So pollination is the transfer of pollen grains to the stigma of the flower. And why do we need it? For fertilization. So for fertilization. Is called as pollination. Now pollination has some modes, okay? It has three modes: autogamy, tritannogamy and xenogamy. We have first, that is autogamy pollination. Biology is all about the words. When we understand the actual terms, we will get to know the entire meaning. So here that word auto means cell and gamy, that is gamete, it means marriage. Not the literal term marriage. In biology, it means fertilization, okay? So autogamy pollination. This is a flower. It contains both androecium and gynoecium. So now the anther here contains pollen grain. What happens when the same flower contains both the part and the pollen grain lands to the stigma? See here the stigma with pollen. It is called as autogamy. Means in one flower both the stigma and pollen grain will present, and in that when the pollination will happen, it is called as autogamy. Now let's move to the second term, that is tritannogamy pollination. Tritannogamy means different flowers in the same plant. It is one plant, okay? And we know it's like a rose plant. It has many petals. So now in one plant, when there are two flowers, one contains the pollen grain, one contains the stigma. It is female part. So when from one flower the pollen grain lands to the second flower stigma, it is called as tritannogamy pollination. Let me tell you one thing that most of us get confused about, that is physically tritannogamy comes under self-pollination, but genetically it comes under cross-pollination. Now we know that autogamy, tritannogamy is self-pollination, and the third, xenogamy, comes under cross-pollination. So why have I written genetically cross-pollination? This occurs because one plant has lot of flowers, so it needs an agent. Pollen grain can't physically come to the stigma of the flower. It needs an agent like wind or insect. So the agent is why we have termed as cross pollination. It is clear? when the pollination occurs different flowers in the same plant. Now let's come to the third, that is xenogamy. So now the definition is given here. Xenogamy, first let's understand the term. Xeno here means strange, and gamous, we have talked about it, that is marriage. So now cross-pollination is transfer of pollen grains from anther of one flower to the stigma of genetically different plant. Means there are two different plants and it contains the stigma and one contains the pollen grain. So when the pollen grain from one flower lands to a completely different flower, that is what is called as xenogamy. Now xenogamy is what makes the most variations. Because it occurs in two completely genetically different flowers, that is why it has the most variation. So now we are all cleared about pollination, the transfer of pollen grain to the stigma of the plant. It has three modes: autogamy, titanogammy, xenogamy. Autogamy means same flower, pollination when will occur. Titanogammy means a same plant consists of two flowers and when the pollination occurs between them, we call it titanogammy. And xenogamy written here, when the transfer of pollen grain from one flower to the another flower is genetically different, is called as xenogamy. And of course it will also require agents. So agents required. So I hope it was cleared. So this was all about it. Thank you so much.